Hello everyone and welcome to Sensei versus X-0. So we have Eat My Broccoli on the top and Galv on the bottom. So we just started. Hello everyone, thank you to Labot for the follow. Hello guys, hello. And we also have Galv on the bottom. We are already seeing Rex Raptor. Okay. Not a lot of decks are running Titan Showdown right now, but once you see it, you already know which kind of deck it is. And from the side of Sensei, we have Yami Yugi, so not much telling what kind of deck there is. But nonetheless, Broccoli will start with the field spell of the Evil Eyes. Ought to search a monster there. Let's see. So in this situation, you probably want the Medusa if you don't have her already in hand. But if you do, you probably go for the Basilius to mill the Gorgoneo, try to add anything. Thank you for the follow. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that, so thank you. Some respect on Gabe and call him that's Game Gabe. Thank you for the follow, Kari. I wanted to, but it was a bit too long. It almost collided with the 0. Nonetheless, we won't see the Medusa, but instead we will see the Gorgoneo and the Selene. That's already as ideal as it can get. Gorgoneo as well to be sent to the graveyard, setting up a search. So discards the Catoblepas, Cato, we'll call it that, which is very good. Now you can special summon it back, you have another body on the field, and you can protect the Selene. And with the defeat as well, that's already a really good board. And no, I don't want to become famous, but thank you. Anyway, hello everyone, hello. I see Dave, I see Vista. Not Gabe, sorry, Dave. Seto, Wawer. Alright, so that's a really good turn 1 board coming from the side of X-0. It's going to be pretty hard to deal with this. Then again, it also depends on what kind of deck Galv is running. We have seen a lot of usage in Destiny Draw Star-Lords, at least as of last week, since it was the second most played deck. We will take a look at meta-analysis pretty soon. I mean, honestly, that defeat is, yeah, it will be Star Seraph Dark Lords, and that's a nice Prisma. It will be pretty hard to set up any kind of Xyz play with the defeat on the board. Not only that, you also have to take care of the Selene. So there's the scepter, or the stick, rather. There's a chair. After this chain is resolved, we will most likely be seeing the defeat, unless you would like to defeat as soon as the... Well, you wouldn't really do that, would you? What if you go into Delta Rose there? There's the defeat. Obviously, we'll be returning... what do you return there, honestly? You could leave a chair just as a body on the field. But oh, okay, right. Sorry, not I was gonna say just return one chair rather than for example 2 chairs or 1 chair 1 stick. This way you clog up your opponent's board in a good way. Because now, yeah, you will be having only Nastin on the field, and depending on what else is in the hand. So there is a second banishment and a Dark Lord Sanctified, so we will be seeing the search there, adding the desire. Still has a negate, if that's worth anything. We'll be getting rid of the monster at the very least. There you have it. Interesting thing to note is that even with Basilius' effect next turn, it's still going to be Title Showdown not active, so... One moment guys, I need to take care of something. So sorry in advance for the lack of casting. Alright, and just as that was happening, I guess, yeah. Sorry. That was a lot of attack there from the side of X-0. So that's the first score. 7,000 total attack. That's not just game, that's 2 games almost. Leaving your next opponent on just 1,000 life points. Let's go. Alright, with Galv back to the table, we can take care of some of the scores first. Yuma and Astral, so that's already telegraphing either Onomats or Thunder Dragons depending on the deck size. We will be seeing 22, so that's leaning towards the latter. In the form of Thundros. There's the Aloof, but there's the Hawk, not the Roar or the Dark. Not the most ideal, but still pretty good. Dark will be adding the Roar. Roar probably gonna get the Hawk back. Yeah. Level dupe. Interesting. We'll be using the Hawk for the Roar, and we'll probably be going into the Bouncer. There you have it. And pass. Usually that's how the first turn board of Thunder Dragons go. Bouncer allows you to negate one monster effect that is activated on your opponent's side of the field only once per turn. Which is pretty good against Evil Eyes. You could prevent them from setting up properly. Sounders as well get their effects off if banished by the Medusa. There's the Basilius, will be negated. Gorgoneo. Onto the Medusa. Is there anything else? Is there a Selene? Will be 2 back rows. Oh, we'll be crashing for 21. That's gonna be 23. That's gonna be adding onto the attack. That's 15,000 total. Oh, singleton. Thank you for the raid, buddy. Good to see you, everyone from Team Wars there. That match ended quite fast, didn't it? How was the score there? Nonetheless, thank you for the follow, boys. Titan Showdown for 3,000 total. BZ went 10 and 4. Sakura, wow. he was pretty demoralized that things didn't go really go BZ's way, but damn, that's a confidence booster there. Sad for Garuda, but BZ definitely needed that win. Let's see, so Medusa is going to be banishing the Bouncer from the grave, as well as banishing the Basilius. Yes, he is 1-0 with Evil Eyes. In the first game, we've seen Star Seraph Dark Lords from Gaov, and sadly it didn't really go his way. Broccoli set up a really good turn 1 board, and a stick in attack position was what led to his demise. Considering that he just swung for just a casual 7,000 attack over. You know, nothing too much. But yeah, this time around it's going to be Thunder Dragons, so a deck that does enjoy banishing from the Medusa. Of course, you just could not activate it, but at the same time, you at least get rid of materials. But we will not be seeing any Levy. Just a casual swing there, which will probably get defeated if there's any back row there. Or perhaps not. There's another mail. Nothing to be seen there. Just another Levy. There's another field spell, so that's a pretty good top deck. Medusa. It all depends on what his set cards are, because saying that none of them really were activatable, I'm starting to think that they could be a bluff as well. Just to recall, if a game ends in a draw, both decks are eliminated, and the match, how do you say it? The match total score will actually be up to 9. So the first team to go to 9 after a draw happens within a duel will be the winner. That is how draws are treated within Team Wars. Gorgoneo from the grave. Gonna be adding Awakening. He's going to special summon back the Medusa from the grave. Could opt for a rank 4 there, especially if it's something along the lines of a Malevolent Sin, perhaps. There you go. So he's threatening game right there. All depends if Galv has a Sphere Wall, and he does not, so sadly that is it for him. And Broccoli 2-0 with Evil Eyes out of all decks as a starter. It's very good for X-0 there. While we wait for Galv's first deck was Seraph Dark Lords. While we wait for the next game to start, let's hop over to the graphics a little bit and see how this division is turning out. So, just earlier, just a few minutes ago, Rookies did actually defeat Tier 0 with a score of 10-4 once again. And that would be putting Rookies and Tier 0 to 3-2. So Sensei would be the only remaining team that could possibly be getting one moment. Okay. Yeah, Sensei is the only remaining team to still be getting 4 wins. X-0 as well, on their way to getting their 3rd win. Would put them on the same par as Tier 0 and Rookies. Still, Tier 0s and Rookies currently are pretty good. Not sure about... Well, Tier 0s should be at around 5 after this match, while Rookies would be at 16. So, X-0 definitely trying to look out to get as many wins as possible, while disallowing Sensei to get any wins. Nonetheless, we will be having the next match starting, and we will be seeing Ash from... Oops. We will be seeing Ash from the side of Sensei. This division's match, all the matches are today. That is true. Yeah. We do have 11 matches going on this Saturday, so make sure to check everything out, because we actually have a lot of matches going on right now. And yeah, we are having one on Tokyo Old Drivers Chinese stream on Douyu. We have one on Jumpy's channel, we have one on Ohimi's, one on Mumu Saru's, and one on mine. And with one soon to start in 40 minutes on Aichan's channel, and another one in 1 hour and 40 minutes on Minimizek's on the main channel. Will be casted by Minimizek. So, nonetheless, Domain will be adding Kato after already having the Basilisk in the hand. So that's an easy Gorgoneo send with Kato as the fodder. That way you get your Selene or your defeat depending on what you don't have in hand, and you get another body on the field. So there's a Kato special summon. Interesting to know that Ash did enter this duel with Zane, so could be telegraphing the fact that he's playing Cyber Dragons, since there is no other deck that really uses Zane Truesdale. So there's the Medusa, straight from the deck thanks to Awakening. Should be on the lookout to also activate Kato's effect. Or perhaps not. Considering that he will be going into a rank 3 number 20. Giga Brilliant. Selene re-equipping. Onto the Medusa. And I think that's it, yeah. It's a pretty decent board, if we are to consider Ash pulling Cyber Dragons. Exactly 2100 for the Giga Brilliant. Let's see what Ash's answer is. That's one set. And that's a Storm, so most likely the Overflow to be set. Ooh, the Fusion support to be chained. No delay, obviously. So the Selene and the Field Spell will both be gone. Because the Field Spell was destroyed by a card effect, he would be targeting to get the Kato back. Why not summon Zen Mains? Who knows? Would certainly probably been more ideal there. So pretty much full combo coming from the side of Ash. So there you have it, the Rampage, Auto Mill 2. Gonna get another one ASAP. Or well, I suppose Twin Dragon is just as good. Drizzles, get over here. Yeah, he is playing Cyber Dragons, but I think Ash has got this one under control. Fusion Gate's effect will be activating, probably will be banishing the two Cyber Dragons from the grave. Go for the twin. In that case, should be the game. Battle, and absolutely no delay. So there we have it. That's not game. Gabe. Oh, I just noticed something. I'm gonna be fixing it in a bit. Okay. Those are the commands for my own channel rather than Duel Links Teamwork's channel. But make sure you check that out. Thank you for the follow, Cam. So counter picks so far working well for Sensei, but let's see what Broccoli's second deck is. What kind of deck he could be running as second to pair with Evil Eyes out of all decks. So maybe we can take a slight look at the graphics once again. So the other games that would be played today are are X Factors and Fallen Angels, as well as Toon Squad and Claw Clan. Probably one of the matches that matter more as well is the X Factors and Fallen Angels one. X Factors having been on a rough start with 0-2, but enough of that. Let's go back into the game. So there we have Broccoli with Yami Yugi. 23 cards and Arvada pass. So that's actually pretty good. Arvada perfectly countering the only monster that with an activatable effect from the main deck that Saber Dragons run in the form of Core. Not to mention that it's a really good deck against Saber Dragons overall. So the call there was good for Broccoli, having that Fire Kings as the second deck. So intending to go for a fusion summon this turn. Must be careful not to activate any Garunix after an Arvada negate. Not to mention that there's still a set card, so could be on the lookout for any back row there. Let's see. So opts for the fusion summon. There's a rampage. So yeah, this means that you have to activate there. Do risk and go for the Garunix potential in the hand. Or is the back row at the very least able to be activated now and perhaps get rid of the Rampage Dragon that way? Gonna remind everyone that we have 4 other games going down at the same time. Book of Moon will be, so no need for any negation for now, and that way you get to preserve your Arvada effect for another possible Rampage Dragon. Of course, that's if he's got a pretty bad hand. Oh, never mind, there's a cyber load. Still, do you gamble on him not having a Runix there? That's the question. So nothing to be seen there. Only a swing, no Sphere Kuribo, Chiron and Veil, probably not in sight. So that's still a really decent setup for Ash. 2 back row. Alright, there we see the pass from Broccoli, obviously indicating the presence of any type of hand traps, be it in the form of Kytroid or Veil, both of which really hurt Cyber Dragons. But yeah, Rampage 1 will be sending 2 monsters with Cybernetic Fusion Sport activating. Is he on the lookout to make another? Perhaps a twin there, yeah. So that's 2 attacks from Twin, 3 attacks from the first Rampage, and another 3 attacks from the second Rampage. With 1 back row still remaining, so if there's an overflow there, it could be getting rid of any Veil. So there's the Destiny Draw trigger. Now we have 7 more attacks. 1 is negated, 6 remaining. Another 1 is negated, 5 remaining. And that is not enough. So that's game for Ash there. Probably not enough for 5 attacks to be negated there. But nonetheless, Sensei manages to stabilize in a very important counter pick. Stage of the duel. Let's take a slight look at the meta-analysis, honestly. So, just before setting up, I noticed that Seraph Dark Lords actually had an insane win rate against most, if not like all top tier decks currently. Look at that Blue Eyes win rate. It's the most played deck and it's the best counter. 34 and 16. Not to mention the Water Xyz one as well. Thunder Dragons maybe not, only 10 games. But if we are to, for example, add from the past week as well, it should be adding up. Should be adding up. So let's see what X-0 intends to counter Cyber Dragons with. X-0 known for using a lot of Star Seraph Dark Lords on their lineup, as evidenced by past week games, as well as in other leagues. Probably not surprising as well that Star Seraph's Dark Lords does have a good win rate against Cyber Dragons as well. Another one, once again, Fire Kings, but sadly didn't really prove to be the best there. Alright, next one is onto the table, and it's Wower. Wower to the table. So let's see what he can do. Yami Yugi.
Duel.
Let's see. Ash is going first. Should be looking to end on that overflow. At least one pop. Preferably maybe two. Fusion Gate. So does have the good combo. Set 1, and that's the end of the turn. Could be having up to 3 pops if that phase down is indeed overflow. It's more than ideal, but it all depends. There's the Scepter. It all depends if Wower could be running Tez, maybe. Or rather not running, opening with it. That would be the worry there. If there is to be a Dark Lord, but we do see the Stick and Chair combo. Opener. There's a slight delay. And there's the overflow. So that would be up to 3 pops. And there you go. Now this setup is pretty frail to... Yeah, banishment into perhaps X-0 or Naston. Could be getting rid of that Rampage. There's the Naston to be added. And there's also the Levy. Wow. Naston gonna be searching. And at this point, Ash has pretty much no resource left to try to rebuild the board. DD Crow as the last card left in the hand. And that's game Gabe. Well, we're taking the win. for X-0 there. Using the Dark Lords. Curious to see what type of deck Ash is running as his second. Being the first counter pick with Savage Dragons, maybe something more control oriented like Dark Lords. Could be expecting a Dark Lord mirror. But let's wait and see what there is in the bag. Okay. Next match is starting.
Duel.
So it is Blue Eyes actually. Scepter with the chair in hand. Most ideal opening there, especially if Banishment or Ixchel are present in the hand as well. There's the chair. There's the draw. Any set card perhaps before we go into the Ouroboros? There's one. There it is, rank 4, 3 material, X-0 summon, Ouroboros. Thank you for the follow, Ganda. So destroys the Sanctified, to be expected. I'm gonna be discarding one card, which will be Stone. Usually don't want to be on the lookout to discard, but that is a pretty low chance, to be fair. Thank you for the follow, 2 stars. I believe it usually happens around 10-12% of the time to be discarding one Ancient Stone, if there is only one Ancient Stone in the hand. Obviously gotta factor in opening with it and discarding exactly that one. So certainly, while we're also setting 2 back row, it's not looking too good honestly for Wowrer in this position. We'll be getting the Dragon Spirit out, we'll be able to banish 1 back row. Forbidden Lance as back row, so that would have been really ideal to try to deal with 1 Blue Eyes monster. Try to reduce the attack. So there's a tuner from the hand. Cards of Consonance. Just what you want to see if you are the Blue Eyes player. The players got switched and I wasn't aware of it. So we have Ash on the top and Wowrer on the bottom. Nonetheless, should be expecting any Synchro Summon coming soon. Sage, interesting. So opts to try to go for another level 8. Are we gonna see a Heretic Heliopolis there? Or are we just gonna see just beat down and go for game this way over the Ouroboros? Currently it's not lethal, but it all depends on the rest of his hand. There's one set there. There's battle. Let's see if our set can try to deal with this. Baby Light there. Not sure if from Dragon Spirit of White or the back row. Let's see. It is a Karma Cut. Alright. Discards another Scepter. And deals with the Blue Eyes. But now Dragon Spirit of White, if he had the Blue Eyes in hand, which he did, could tribute itself to special summon the Blue Eyes and deal with the Ouroboros this way. In the end phase, worth noting, he did discard one White Stone using cards of consonants. So this card in the hand is a Blue Eyes. So we all know where all three Blue Eyes are, as well as the Dragon Spirit of White. So at this point, Water is looking to try to play defensively, try to get rid of that Blue Eyes, and hopefully not be punished by that back row. As we all know, Blue Eyes has been quite flexible on the back row, going for the TDH plus Book of Moon builds for the back row, or just going for the discards in a form of Karma Cut, maybe an Ultimate Providence, and sadly just adding X-0 will not be enough. You already know that that Ash has a Blue Eyes in hand, so at the very least he won't be able to add anything and go for Ultimate Dragons there. So he does have to rely on a pretty good top deck there to try to combat the situation. Not to mention that if he does attack... Ooh, there's the Melody. And yeah, you just add the alternative there. And that's game. Gabe. Never gonna be sick of saying this. Or maybe I will. Who knows. So that's already 3-3. Ash stabilizing. And coming in very clutch after Gov's unsuccessful attempt at trying to get the lead. So we are already starting. Water on his second deck, which will be another Yummy Yugi. Interesting to note once again that last week X-0 did bring quite a lot of Star Seraph Dark Lords. Will be Water's first turn. One set. And there's the banishment, so it is indeed a pair of Dark Lords. But once again, just banishment adding Eggshell for the first time, not starting with not stick nor chair. Or perhaps chair but no stick. Or the other possible combination. Stick but no chair. Could be hoping to draw into a chair at the very least, but one back row only. Same could be said for Ash there, just one back row only. So there's the Eggshell, discarding the just top decked card, which is a Desire, making me think that he has no other Dark Lord card in the hand. Oh boy, there's the D-Wrath coming from Ash. So that just... oh well, that's a -2 for Wowrer, and Ash will be plussing in the end phase if he didn't draw the Dragon Spirit of White. What do you do there if you're Wowrer? You have no... oh, you do have other Dark Lord cards, indeed. Opted to discard the Desire and not a Contact, which is pretty good. manages to recover after the Divine Wrath. Adds Uko back as well. Can set up that negate. Interesting to note that in the end phase, he won't be able to activate X-0's effect if need be with a possible Sanctified, but he does send Nessun instead to try to have that second monster as a wall for Blue Eyes for the next turn. Oh, Diddy Crow! That's perfect for Laurer. Now there is no concern about the back row being banished. Who knows, maybe the back row is indeed a Sanctified, considering that it wasn't sent by Uka back there. There's the alternative coming from the side of Ash. Should be on the lookout to pop that Eggshell. Eggshell obviously will chain, revive the Nessun, or perhaps not. There's a Fiendish chain, very interesting. Ultimate Dragons, however, will be the bane of Laurer there, because not only will it destroy Eggshell, but also the Nessun. Ukabak alone won't do much, considering Desire is already in the graveyard. And with just one card to top deck, there's not much you can really top deck into if you're Laurer there. So there we have it. We have the Twin Burst coming out. Not a possible Neo, which could have been something. Oh my God, Alchemy! Thank you for the raid. 129 viewers. Welcome to Sensei versus X-0. It's another hyped match. Sensei at the moment 3-1, the only team that could possibly be getting 4 wins inside the division. And X-0, another new team inside the division, which is on the lookout to get a 3rd win and cement its place within the top 4 of the division. And currently we are seeing Blue Eyes against Dark Lords, both on their 2nd decks. And Laurer, sadly not having the most ideal start, only having the chain going first, and having his Eggshell negated by the Divine Wrath. So did have the contact to try to stabilize the game, but at this point, Ash is on the lookout to try to get the win. So there's the attack into Okobug there. Keep in mind that alternative is being chained. Banishment off the top. Let's see what that can do. Could be adding the Sanctified. Get some more life points. And just force your opponent to always be wary of that Destiny draw. Thank you once again for the raid, Ohimi, and hope your match went well. Let's actually check the results for that match. Another 10-4. All 3 games thus far were 10-4s. BZ, Rookies, and Switcheroo being on the winning ends of everyone. So there's a Destiny draw. Even though Destiny draw was triggered, keep in mind that there's not much you can really Destiny draw into. Contact is in the graveyard. One Banishment is in a graveyard. Sanctified is in a graveyard. In order to make use of all of these spells and traps in the grave, you need to top deck something. At this point, I don't know if banishment is the... Yeah, you add a scepter there, and you hope to draw into exactly chair. Because most of your deck by now is pretty thinned out, but the Divine Wrath will just say no. Thank you for the follow, Reynolds, and I think we can call this game. Do I still have this command? Chat rules? Yeah. So make sure to listen, guys. No Radley, no Blackwings, and no that sentence when game happens. Thank you for the follow, Big C. And yeah, at this point, X-0 will be sending their next player coming into a Blue Eyes. Keep in mind that Dark Lords did have a pretty good win rate against Blue Eyes in the last week. So let's adjust the scores and take more of a look at the past week's meta-analysis. Alright, let us see. So, 34 and 16 was pretty good, coming from the side of Star Seraph Dark Lords. Blue Eyes being the most used deck, obviously need to be on the lookout to counter it. And indeed on the lookout we were, considering that Broccoli did start with Evil Eyes and Fire Kings as his starter decks, but nonetheless, let's see what Gabe can do. Gabe is now on the table, and once again, Yami Yugi. So obviously the most there's the alternative once again, going first for Ash with the stone. So that's the Spirit Dragon going first. The first time we will be seeing it thus far this match. Synchro Summon. Spirit Dragon. One moment, guys, I need to take care of something. Okay. We'll be reminding that Duel Links Taiwan and Shadow Games Links has also started. So we have 5 concurrent games going at the same time right now. With more soon to follow, or rather less soon to follow. Nonetheless, Spirit Dragon and Indian phase with the Blue Eyes. Banishment to get out the eggshell for Gabe. On the lookout to activate eggshell's effect or go for the scepter. Let us see what the move will be. Eggshell, Prisma Eggshell, discarding a second banishment, Contact, which he already had in hand to get back the Eggshell. Nastin to be added to the hand, so I'm not sure if you would go for Nastin there, but it does drop a few Dark Lord cards into the grave, one of which could be Sanctified, which could be huge there for the next turn. But he opts not to, and instead will be setting 3 back row cards. Let's see what the end phase response will be from Ash, if he intends to Azure, or perhaps keep the Spirit. Probably gonna be, yeah, tagging out. Need to enjoy that targeting protection as much as you can. Even though you won't necessarily be getting the revival effect of Azure Ice. Yeah, Dark Lord to counter Blue Ice. That has been a trend as late as last week even. So Stone will be adding the alternative back, so that's 1 pop for X-Shell if it goes through. Keep in mind that there is no Dark Lord monster in the grave just yet, so Sanctified should be, if it is set, Sanctified that is, drop that Dark Lord into the grave, and that way X-Shell can be getting the contact going. Book of Moon will be activated instead. It's another thing interesting to note about X-0's deck choices is that they do prefer quite a lot of Star Seraph Dark Lords. So even though Blue Eyes is or isn't a counter, is a deck that they could or not counter, they could still just send in Star Seraph Dark Lords, as evidenced by past week results as well as other league results. It is a pretty good deck, so especially in a best of 1 format like Team Wars. So there's a swing. At the very least, we'll be able to get rid of the X-Shell unless there's any back row like how Wauer gave us a showing of the Forbidden Lands. We'll go through and won't opt to discard with Tez. Boys, you need to read a book if you want to become a good duelist. So there's the Sanctified, obviously. Looking for that Destiny draw, perhaps into Stick, considering that most of the deck has been thinned already, and perhaps with a chair in hand, it's just natural. There's the Stick. Is there chair in hand? Yes, there is, obviously, else you wouldn't Destiny draw for it. You would probably Destiny draw for a banishment there. Maybe into an M-Dusk, if he's running it. So yeah, there's the chair. Now a Delta Rose is huge. In fact, I think it could threaten lethal. He does still have Nastin in the hand. Oh, Thunder Spark Dragon. We'll be destroying that face down monster in the form of alternative. And we'll detach for the board wipe. That's exactly 3 light monsters to be sent to the grave. And with how many cards he's drawn, especially a banishment, it's probably safe to say that Gabe has lethal, be it in the form of Nastin or perhaps in the form of a Levy, as we've seen earlier from who was it? From Wouter, I think. I'm not sure if we've seen it from Galva as well, but it is a card you are starting to run in Star Set of Dark Lords, unless it's gonna be I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. You can say it all you want, but make sure not to get muted, because it's in the chat rules not to say it. Nonetheless, Ash did have a really good win streak there that put Sensei on the map as far as the first few matches is concerned. But yeah. So 9. Mung will be next, coming from the side of Sensei. Mung calls WCS icon.
Duel.
Ooh, Buzzsaw Shark going first. It is interesting to note that because he's not running Territory of the Sharks and is running Buzzsaw, we could just be seeing the new deck Fishes dubbed, which probably should be the case there. Fishes, Fish XCs. Opts not to go for an X summon, probably because he intends to keep the Buzzsaw for a next turn maybe. So that way he probably does have the back row for ensuring that Buzzsaw will be surviving. Nonetheless, stick, chair, APK once again. Not APK, but you get what I mean. Yeah, just fish. So there's the Book of Moon, flipping that scepter down, clogging the board, unless the lands has something to say about that. And there you go, nothing else is chainable. We'll be commencing with the Exit summon, most likely. Well, they are sharks, I guess, but this guy is a silent angler, so. Oh my god. I just got the news that Divine against FHX has also finished in a 10-4 fashion. That is the fourth 10-4 match and oh, never mind. Abyssal Empire versus Infinity 10-6. What are you doing, guys? We were so close to getting so many 10-4s, but yeah. Gabe is popping off. As a result of that lance, Delta was just being a huge pain for Monk there. Unable to do much. And that's game, I guess. Oh, thank you for the raid, Mumu. Thank you for the raid. We will be seeing a repeat coming from the side of Sensei. So that's something. In a moment, I will shout out every single person that raided me. Just give me a moment. Need to make sure everything is good for the stream. Thank you for follow, Vic Jr. Vic Jr. Welcome, guys. So, as stated earlier, it will be a repeat, so we will be seeing Fish's X's once again. Alright, for the shoutouts now, Twitch TV, we have Real Singleton for the first. We have Meister for the second, and we have Momustar for the third as well. Make sure to check every one of these streamers out, especially, well, not especially, everyone. They're doing a fine job with teamwork casting as well as their own content. So, nonetheless, let's get back to the game, and back to the game we go with the stick chair banishment APK. Gonna get searching, get that eggshell out. Oh man, thank you for the sub, Riley. You don't need to, man. Thank you. With the prime sub. Once again, we'll be seeing Ouroboros going first. Welcome, Yasser, welcome Max, welcome Riley. Whitefish Salvage will be sent to the grave, so that's a really good hit there. Prevents any extension from the side of the Fishes Exceeds player. There's the eggshell effect to be adding the Sanctified. Subsequently setting it, and that could be passed unless there's another back row from the side of Gabe. We have seen Forbidden Lands, but we haven't seen any other back row. There's banishment. Sadly, Nanmong didn't get much on the plays department. No exceeds just yet, and triple set. It's pretty hard to deal with all of this, honestly. Like Star Seraph Dark Lords already have generated a lot of advantage. It's just pretty hard for Fish to keep up with. Also considering that Salvage did manage to get hit. Not only that, but for all we know, the back row could still be bluffs. So on the lookout to return the leftmost card, which won't be activated. And there's a levy. Let's see. So the fish step charge Prisma to be targeting the Ouroboros. Sadly, he did start with Angler, so not many plays to do there. But still, never mind. There's a Scepter. Yeah, this is game. Just wanting to be switching that X-0 back to attack, and I'm assuming the Fishes Exceeds don't really run any back rows, so not much to be said there. Sadly, the repeat didn't pay off for Sensei and allows Star Seraph Dark Lords to get even more leverage in a team that does favor a lot of Star Seraph decks. Unless to the next player from the side of Sensei. We will take a look once again at the records and stuff. So let's see if any other match finished from within this division. No, it was only rookies and tier 0 finishing 10 and 4, and yeah, no other game. Even though X Factors and Fallen Angels is going on right now as well. Make sure to also check that out whenever you can. It is on aka Jumpy's channel, and I heard it's pretty close, so let's move on to the next game. Kim Dolphin is the player, or Dolphin. Let's just do as listed on the roster. So we will be seeing the Yami Yugi double special. Thank you for the follow, Justin Bieber. Huh. You would think that after his album released, he would have better things to do after and not follow, but there we have it. Alright, so there's finally not that good of an opening coming from Gabe, and instead we will be seeing the banishment into X-0 from Dolphin. Will we be seeing the stick into chair into another chair? There we have it. So already on the lookout to try to go for a game, honestly, if he also has Nastin. Obviously depending on what he's drawing. So let's see. There's the Book of Moon, so that's the most ideal backer you could hope for right now, considering that it does clog up Dolphin there. One back row, two back row, and one swing. I don't know what the rest of their decks are since they counter Lords with Lords. Yeah. It is pretty hard to tell, especially Not only considering that Sensei did go up with Dark Lords to counter Dark Lords, but X-0, for all we know, have been running a lot of Dark Lords, and I'm going to say that as many times as possible because they have been having success with it. But oh my god, this is the second time we are seeing Eggshell being negated. First time from the Divine Wrath, and this time from the Debunk. Keep in mind that it cannot be banished because obviously activated in the hand, but sending itself as cost to the grave, meaning that it will not end up banished because at the activation it was no longer in the hand, but on the resolution in the grave. So there's the second scepter searching for the last chair, and at this point Dolphin does have the upper hand as far as general material is concerned. Material, man, it's like I'm talking about chess or something. Okay, there's Dolphin with the win. Once again, we won't be having another 10-4 match, which shame on Gabe there. Any shames in the chat? Nonetheless, still a really good performance from Gabe thus far. 3 wins with his first deck, managing to turn back the duel around into their favor. And once again, we will be seeing another match pretty soon. So Gabe back on the table with none other than Yamyugi. So, once again, mentioned earlier, X-0 does love Star Seraph Dark Lords. And Dolphin will just be passing for his first turn. That's really not what you want to see there if you're Sensei, especially seeing the scepter and probably seeing the chair. Where is it? It's this card. No, it's this. Okay. It's a glossy chair as well. Top tier, boys. He even had another delay. The only other possible card could possibly be Book of Moon or the lands we have seen earlier. So, yeah. Let's see. So there's a sticking chair popping off. Ought to go into Ouroboros there despite being the second turn, considering that Dolphin did do absolutely no plays. Discarding in this instance would help Gabe. Unlike the other Ouroboros discards we've seen earlier, having discarded White Stone of Ancients, which is very, very unlikely. It's around a 10% chance from what I know. X is Shokan. Aroero. Evil Swarm Ouroboros. Or not really. Illuminate. What a way to kill the vibe there. I didn't even know which one was number 10, but still, pretty much same functionality. You just get to cycle more with Illuminate and fish for that Nastin. Yeah, I do read Twitch chat. Illuminate. Oh my god. And doesn't have lethal, sadly. No banishment. No Eggshell draw. That's very unlikely to have. Or no Nessun as well. That's like 5 cards you could have to get in there. I see you, Ragnarok. Quotation marks, Ragnarok. Okay, there's the Book of Moon to deny the sticking chair. Exactly what you want to see. Interesting to note that he chose to normal summon the chair first. Not like it matters that much, but Yeah. Uh-huh. Like that will happen. Let's see. There's the Illuminite once again. Sending once again a stake from the hand, so that would be 2 of them being sent. Finally getting the banishment out would have been really ideal a turn earlier for trying to swing for lethal. Let's see, there's the Sanctify. At the very least, if he... So he searches for Sanctified, yeah, that was what I was gonna follow up with. He must already have a Nastan or an Initial in hand. Just having waited for the banishment to get even more mileage out of the that. And not only that, we also see the Levy. So that's on the lookout to be game on the field, on the board. And consider that Dark Lords don't really run any type of hand traps, that should be game. I'm not gonna say the last word of the sentence, but that is game. Alright, so X-0 up 7 and 5. Kim forcing to be switched to their second deck. And Gabe rivaling Ashes straight from earlier, going himself at the very least 4. No, I'm not gonna say it. It's in the chat rules. It's in the chat rules, guys. First rule, no Radlop. Second rule, no Blackwings. Third rule, no death sentence when lethal happens. You got me, boys? Rules are made to be broken, you say, Swag? Okay, but rules are also made to punish people once they're broken. So, yeah. Anyway, let's see how the next duel will go. Keep in mind, Dolphin is on the second deck, which will be Blue Eyes. Okay, so the story behind the chat rules is the fact that who was it? It was Greg and Herbal that casted the game last week, which was Tier 0 vs Fallen Angels, and Greg was like, we don't do that here. We don't do that around here. But I see a lot of people are doing that here. Where are my mods at? Where are my mods at, bro? Anyway, Eggshell to discard Tez, which is not a card you want to discard. Especially when you have no follow-up after, is not what you want to see. Especially if you go first against Blue Eyes, because there's still the very slight chance they get to OTK you. Cards of Consonance, Sage. For all we know, we could be seeing another Sage in hand, and an alternative or an Ancient Rules, and that would be game. Last word. But instead, we will be seeing just back row from the side of Dolphin. Any mods in the chat? Mod check. Anyway, Dragon Spirit of White on the lookout to banish the Book of Moon. Cannot switch. Damn, y'all are pretty sus. Where are my mods at, man? I have only one freaking mod, and that's Lord, and he said the forbidden sentence. Do we take away his mod? Let's do a poll, guys. Okay, 2-minute poll. Let's go. Do we take Lord's? Oh my god, I wrote poll instead of mod. Oh my god, I'm Pepega. Okay, imagine it's mod instead of poll. Okay? You better click that yes button, just like you click it in game. Uh-huh. Take Lord's poll. Pause. Oh my god, I didn't even think about it like that. Despite thinking about it like that, there's a situation in which Tez would have been really useful, but because he had to discard it with X-0 earlier to draw, TDH does punish there. So, Gabe probably, thank you for the follow, K-Drams. There's a gigantic castle. Well, that's at the very least enough for lethal compared to any other synchro, and that's game. Last word. And yeah, we'll be deciding between Miliardo and Zenith for the last, well, not last player, but the next player from the side of X-0. Gonna take a small moment to take a look at the caster commands in the bottom left corner of the stream. Make sure to check out the Discord server, which you can also see on screen, or the Twitter as well. And lastly, the YouTube, which will be coming pretty soon as far as content is concerned. We'll be having every single VOD, just like how Twitch has at the moment, and also additional exclusive content, which, yeah, there's to be added date to it. Nonetheless, let's check the meta analysis once again for the new people in the chat. So last week, we have seen Seraph Dark Lords make quite a jump from the third most used deck with around 60-ish decks to be seen. Quite a jump with almost a 50% increase in usage, jumping to 106 and 100 without mirrors, and maintaining the arguably the best win rate there. Yeah, Evil Eyes have 75, but there's only 4 duels there. Just keep that in mind. Dethroning Water Exceeds as the second most used deck, so in that regard, Blue Eyes still holds strong, but this week it severely had worse win rate compared to the last one, which also was around a 60-ish% win rate, with only green to be seen in the top 3 or 4 decks, not counting a mirror, of course. So yeah, in that regard, we will be seeing the next player coming on the table from X-0, which will be Zenith. Water trash. I mean, it's always kind of been like that, right? Just open Diva forehead. So we have Zenith. Coming with, surprise, surprise, another Yami Yugi. We'll be going second though, so here's to see how how Kim will be sitting up on their first turn. 2 set cards. Is that it? And 1 set, okay. We're good to go, boys. We have 1 set monster as well. Keep in mind that we have seen treasures coming from Kim, so if this is indeed, and of course it is, Star Seraph Dark Lords, a Tez would be more than ideal if Dark Lord monsters would be to be on the field. But we will be seeing the Stick Chair APK. Probably on the lookout to be stopped as soon as the last chair is summoned, if he does have double TTH, but if not, just 1 is more than enough. An interesting play would be to pop all 4 monsters with the TTHs if the face down is a stone, because that would put Zenith in a pretty bad position if he does have a set Sanctified at the end of his turn. So there's 1 Treacherous. Targeting his face down. Okay, so we do have double TTH. Forbidden Lance to be used for Scepter. That's interesting. Oh, okay, Book of Moon. So Book of Moon will be chained onto the Scepter and will be turned face down. So the Lance won't be as effective as you would hope for. But DD Crow will be banishing. Is this a replay, boys? have we not seen this match earlier from Waller, I believe, when he won against Blaize? He did have this exact sequence of cards, minus the Book of Moon. Big thonking, but not from the side of Dolphin though, considering that he just passed. No place whatsoever. He probably would have loved to have that Blue Eyes on the field and that stone in the grave, but the DD Crow just severely makes the difference there. So there's the Xyz Shokan, 3 material, rank 4. Let's see the Ouroboros. Ooh, these cards are just top decked Treasure's Trap Hole. Not the best top deck you want to see there. And certainly not with the Levy going for game there. So, in other words, X-0 is up 8 and 6. And it's only Snowman remaining from the side of Sensei. So, the last man standing. Let us see. Because right earlier they did counter earlier we did see Star Seraph Dark Lords coming in to counter them. Does it have to be a snowman? Alright, so Snowman is back on the table, and I believe he's actually on the bottom at the moment. So gonna have to edit that soon. Yep, he is on the bottom. I believe every single member of Sensei so far has had a gold icon or better. A silver icon or better, excuse me. Golf has had the world's, well, not worlds, but KC Grand tournament. Gold icon or better. Like, what's better than gold icon, right? Well, I suppose Golf's icon or Nine Moon's icon, because, well, Nine Moon's icon is the WCS, not the KC one, so it does hold less merit, I guess, but still, so few people have gold icons, and yeah. 1k Prisma icon, someone called Nerdchick. Anyway, Zenith didn't open the stick chair APK, but that's fine because Snowman also, well, depending on the back row, he could have opened Ideal, but at the same time, you want to see the first turn Spear Dragon, or well, in this instance, the second turn Spear Dragon. Zed King has KCGT winner, yeah. Well, Golf has the third place. I'm not sure if that's an icon, like existing icon, third place, or like top 10, top 4, I don't know. I mean, back in the day when we did predictions, I actually predicted Zed King, Colonel, and Golf. Well, Golf was the fourth one actually. No, it was another Japanese dude that was third. But yeah, no Jimmys. Once again, X-0 being negated for the third time in this match by a counter trap. This time in the form of Divine Wrath. So not earlier like we've seen the what's it called, the debunk, the main deck debunk. Nonetheless, stick, get summoning, chair, get chairing. Karma Cut, very interesting, but oh no, you don't get to summon anything. For a moment I thought you could summon something, but nonetheless, normal summon was used, so no more stick, no more chair. At this point, I think it's pretty hard to say to get out any Dark Lord monster, so. And at the same time, he only has 2 monsters in the grave, so no Levy anytime soon from the side of Zenith. Diddy Crow, banish. That would put the third monster for a Levy. Doesn't matter that he doesn't get its effect off. It would be game. No, sadly no Levy. Was a good tease, but nonetheless. Obviously, he Diddy Crew, oh my god. I just used Crow as past tense for some reason. Okay, he Diddy Crowed only one stone, but the other is active, obviously. Still, with only 2 cards in the hand. He would love to get that that melody there. Or perhaps another Sage into cards of consonance. Hello, hello once again. Hello Max K God. Hello Dantic Cutie, Buns, Luxon, Dawn, regular Buns, Dragon. Good to see you all in the chat. And yeah, we have a pretty close affair. I believe this would be another really close match comparatively to the other matches. Oh, never mind. Fallen Angels won against X Factors 10 and 8. So that's why you're here, Dragon. I see you. I see you. Did I miss a raid? No, I didn't. I didn't. Huh. Probably we'll be expecting either another raid. Wait, who was the streamer of that match again? It was Chiampi, I believe. Yeah. Chiampi, good man. But yeah, I will remind you that we do have another game going up at the same time on iChan's channel, which will be Duel Links Taiwan versus Shadow Games Links. So make sure to also check that one out if you haven't already. You can use multi-Twitch link, which is present in the live matches channel inside the Discord server. You can access the Discord server in the bottom left corner using that specific command. Thank you for the follow, Bacon. So, after a while of thonking, we have Snowman summoning a Blois for... this isn't lethal. 1200 with 2200, that would be 600 off. But at the very least, you do have... Now here's the issue with sending Scepter to the grave. You enable the Levy now to go for game, but I suppose it wouldn't matter anyway because of the Scepter. One moment, because I need to close out the window. Okay. Yeah, don't think it matters because the stick chair APK is just something else. Anyway, exit Shokan. Let us see. It's Deltaros. Get popping. Get pooping on the Blois. And that will be 6 and 9. Nice. For the side of X-0. And the Levy, of course. So it really wouldn't have mattered in the end which way Snowman went on about it. But yeah, let's see if there's any call of a repeat in the chat. Although I'm unsure if there would be one. Obviously they still have one remaining, but Blois isn't the... Okay, there is a repeat coming for the side of Sensei. So we will be seeing Blois once again. And yeah, they will have to hope that it will be carrying to victory. Let us see what Snowman can offer to us. Because this is either the last game or a couple more games before something off. David, why you bully? I saw the opportunity and seized it. Alright, so Snowman with Blois going first. Let us see. Melody, so finally a more decent starter, but probably not considering the Dragon Spear of White discard. Usually in this instance you have like around 7 cards you could get in order to discard, unless... Okay, he added 2 blue eyes, so it's already telegraphed that he has alternative in hand. And he does have the stone, so he opted to discard a potential break for this turn and go for the Spirit Dragon, which is a very fair play. Does at the very least buy him a turn against any Xyz, I'm pretty sure, except the Papilloperative one, the Knight of Papilloperative, which will have sufficient attack in order to get over the Spirit Dragon or the Azure Ice. DD once again. No summon for you. Not like you really had any, because you already have 2 Blue Eyes in hand. And what's the use for a third, am I right? Would have really loved, though, to have the stone to add back the alternative, though. Nonetheless, chair APK. Big chair APK moment, starting with 2 of them. Or 3, I don't even know. I think you probably don't even know either, but there's the Spirit Dragon tag out as expected. You don't want to let any Deltaros, any Ouroboros do any type of harm. So there's banishment. Get banishing. X-0 probably. Would you actually opt to X-0 there? Okay, yeah, you do. Banishment drop. That's a no-brainer. Gonna be able to fish for something. So there's Xyz summon for the Knight Papilloperative as expected. So that will be enough to get rid of the Azure Ice. If anyone is unaware, you basically get a 600 attack boost to get over any Blue Eyes, which is part of yes, you can, Ragnarok. Nonetheless, the Papilloperative is part of a huge reason as to why Dark Lords are having a positive to very good win rate against Blue Eyes, at least in Team Wars. But nonetheless, the Ultimate Dragons is to be activated. Thank you, Riley, for the feedback. So we have seen the Blue Eyes, the 2 Blue Eyes in a hand to be searched by the Melody last turn, so the twin was to be expected. Do it, guys. Else something bad happens. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? So Zenith has 2 banishment in the grave and no more chair, so will be pretty hard to get any other rank 4 on the field. Unless you get the 3rd banishment to get off that contact. I'm pretty sure you get contact here. You do. X-0 gonna be searching for the Sanctified. Most likely. Levy coming. Could very well be. If he searches for Desire here as well, yeah, then he's surely got the Levy in hand. Has sufficient fodder. Sends the Twin Burst successfully to the grave. No Levy though. And the back row, as we all know, it's either a discard or perhaps the TTH, but we have seen a slight delay, so it could even be Book of Moon. But nothing from the side of Snowman. Is that game? G-word. Big thing. Another set from Zenith. This is lethal if it goes through. Playing around TTH. And that is game. G-word. Zenith successfully managing to close out the game in the favor of X-0. And sadly, yeah, sucks for Sensei there. But nonetheless, really good game played from both sides. We will be looking out for an interview as well with someone from X-0. So let's see when that happens. Yo, Broccoli, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yo.
Yeah.
So congratulations on the win against Sensei. Sensei, as you know, was probably the last of the 3 and X teams remaining, or rather X and 1 teams remaining, and you successfully managed to put them onto a 3-2 status while raising your own, standing in the division at 3-2, being tied in score with 3 teams total as of right now, or even 5, I think, because of the X Factors win, or rather Fallen Angels win. So, first question. You were selected as a starter with Evil Eyes and the Fire King pairing. It's not often we see that these days, but how do you say Evil Eyes having a place in this meta, filled with a lot of Blue Eyes and a lot of Seraph Dark Lords?
Well, it was honestly it was a last minute decision, but we wanted to beat on it because it could do big damage, like he did, because he took over a good player and two decks which could have been really annoying. So he did the job.
Right, and it certainly did its job because, as we saw, Galv is one of their best players, arguably having past Team Wars experience, and sadly both his decks weren't able to manage withstanding a hit from Evil Eyes. Fire Kings as well is another interesting pair that did pay off pretty well as far as the general counter mindset is concerned, but you're just a bit unlucky in the Cyber Dragon game.
Yeah, a bit, but honestly, it's not a really good matchup because you play a lot of entraps, but entraps often aren't enough for the combos of Cyber Dragon. So
right, as we've seen from the match, Ash, I believe it was did have how many attacks? 8 attacks. So not even 2 Veils would really stop anything.
Exactly.
But yeah, once again we're seeing a lot of Seraph Dark Lords coming from the side of X-0, and that will be the last question, unless you have anything other to add, such as a shout out to the team and whatever. Are you thinking it's a tier 0 deck in a meta where it's without any side deck like the Team Wars format?
I feel like it's like a 0.5 because it's really good. It's broken, but Blue Eyes can do well against them, and it's not a really popular deck. But as you've seen now, Dark Lords have some crazy comebacks.
Right. And also just not only comebacks, but if you
Also
got to have
you
the
can
insane starting hands
you
with the
can
stick
open
and chair.
broken. If you don't open broken, you make a epic comeback.
Yeah,
If you survive,
that's pretty
that's
much
it.
how the games go nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations on the win once again, and certainly did the best job at it as a starter, as well as
Yeah.
as Gabe and Zenith successfully pulling back the game when needed.
Yeah.
Any shout outs to the team? Anything other that you would like
Yeah,
to say?
I would like to thank my team because we made a lot of decisions on last minute, but it seemed that they were right. And yeah, it was a bit crazy sending Evil Eye as the first deck, but he did the job. So good job to my team, and thanks you.
Right, thank you as well for the interview. So, okay, I left now. Okay, so if anyone else would like to make sure to follow this channel. I stream. Thank you for the follow, call me. Make sure to follow Timurs as well. You have their info in the bottom left corner. The Discord, the Twitter, the YouTube, and the Twitch is also live at the moment. So we will be on the lookout to rate that. And thank you everyone for watching, and see you another time. Goodbye.